So we have Tisha as a new student in the class. So welcome to the class, brother. Okay? And okay, be nice, be gentle.
What's your name?
Tisha. Tisha, right? That's how you pronounce it?
No. Tricia.
Tisha. Okay.
I feel like you said Tricia.
That's okay. That doesn't matter, right? Okay, Tasvik, I would still ask you to stay inside. I'm not comfortable because still I don't see your dad. You're not supposed to go anywhere. Sit down here, beta. Dad is here? Okay, alright. I'll just... Okay. Careful. Okay, alright, so let's start then. So in yesterday's class, we learned about solving equations with one variable and more. Up to two variables, right? That is where we learned about. So, Tisha, you were not there in the class. Tia, I can call you Tia? No? Okay, fine. So, we learned how to solve multiple equations with two variables. If I have two variables, if I have to solve for two variables, I need minimum how many equations? If I have to solve this equation, who all can solve it?
It's not possible.
That's why don't try solving it. You have to solve, if you have two variables, you need at least two equations. So that's why there is no value for speed when there is no accuracy.
I was about to say that was impossible.
No argument, please. So what I told you guys, if I have two variables, I need at least two equations. If I have a situation like this, if I have a situation like this, then at least that gives me a comfort, I can start. What is the value, whether it's the right equation or not, we'll figure it out. But one rule of thumb that you all need to keep it with you is, I need as many equations as the number of variables. You have to do it? Yeah?
I have a question.
What is that?
So then, if there's only one variable, do we have multiple questions without work?
Let me repeat. If I have 17x squared plus 12x plus 9 equal to 82, let's say. How many variables we have? Only one variable. Only variable is x. That if I have only one variable and one equation, I can solve it. I can try solving it. This is possible. If I have, let's say, 4x plus 1, starting with 4 always. If I have 17x minus 12y equal to 82 or 87, whatever it is. If I see two variables and there is only one equation, there is no ways I can solve it. I can draw a line. I can use this as a linear equation to draw a line, but this will not help me solve or get exact value of x and y. Okay? That's a rule of thumb that you have to keep with you. Okay? If I have two variables to solve, I would need minimum two equations. If I have, let's say, 17x minus 12y plus 3z equal to 112. I have three variables here, I need minimum of three equations. No negotiation. Okay? Alright? Yes. Now let's see who has what question. You have a question?
I was wondering that, does there have to be two equations if there's two like x, y variable, or do you need multiple equations afterwards?
You can have 200 equations also, but what I'm saying is you need minimum two. Okay? If you don't have two, you cannot, it's not even worth trying. Forget about it. Okay, let's see on the screen who has a question. Yes, Amoga.
Can you solve the 4x plus 13y and the 3x plus 17
We can solve it. See, so this was the first thing that we learned. Let's quickly look at it, let's try solving it, and then we'll go to the topic that we have to learn today, that is called exponents. We'll learn exponents today. You're okay, fine, Peter? You're fine? You're okay? Yeah, okay. Now, look at this. So, since I put this equation here, Amoga wants to solve this one. So, let's solve this. What will be our approach? I can find out the value of x from this equation, substitute here. That is my first approach. That looks lengthy, it will take time. What will I do? I will take the second approach. What is that approach?
You can move the 3 right to the side and move that. Yeah, go ahead to the 1 and then you can make.
So that is where I have a problem. I don't want you guys to tell me the solution. I want you guys to do the approach. Now the second approach is, I will look at, can I do something to negate or remove one of the variables, so that it becomes the equation with one variable. Yes.
You can like make it into what you did in the equation. Like 4x plus 3y plus 3x plus 7y equals 15.
That will not work. That will not work. So the second approach is, I will try to find out how I can get the same number of x or y. Okay. Now here, this is 4x, 3x. If I multiply this equation by 3 and multiply this equation by 4, I will have the same number of x for sure, right? 3 into 4, 12x, 4 into 3, 12x. Now rest of the things will be good. So this is what we can do. Now let's look at this. Multiply this equation with 3. It becomes 4x plus 3y equal to 12. Multiplying this by 3. And second equation we are multiplying by 4. 3x plus 17y equal to 13. Okay? This is what we are doing. I am not trying to act smart. I will still do it. Now let's multiply this. So this 3 into 4x 12x plus 3 into 3 9y equal to 3 into 12 36. And this equation when I am multiplying, so this is my first equation, that has become like this. When I multiply this equation by 4, it becomes 4 into 3 12x plus 4 into 17 58 y and 4 into 13 52. This became my second equation. Now if I subtract this equation from this one, what happens? This 12x and this 12x will be gone. This becomes 9y minus 68y. So that will be like minus 59y. Will be equal to 36 minus 52. Will be minus 16. Now I can get the value of y. Yes. Yes, Sagnika, you had a question?
Yeah, but I don't get how we got 36.
How I got 36? Because I multiplied the first equation by 3 and second equation by 4. Why did I do that? Because I was trying to knock off one of the variables. And this was my one option. Second option could have been, I could have multiplied this by 3 and this by 17 to knock off y. Here, we are trying to knock off x. That's why we did multiply the first equation with 3, second with 4. Oops, who is doing that? Okay. I see Atul. Okay, I see Gitesh, I see Atul. Atul, you were asking something? Okay, so we have some new kids in the class as well. We have Atul who has joined today, right? Atul, you want to say something? Okay, so basically we have not started learning anything new yet. Okay, so we are just, Amuga wanted to solve this one, so I'm not going to solve it completely. I was just telling the approach where we had two equations. Our objective is to knock off one of the variables so that we get one constant in the application with one variable and then we can try solving for it. We multiplied this one with 3 and this one with 4. That helped me get a same number of x in, and then we can, when we subtract one equation from the other one, this got me y, and then we can use this value of y to solve it for x also. This is one of the approach. Okay, so Moga, I mean again, I'm not going deeper into it because then this will become a repeat of what we did yesterday. Okay, so try solving it with the approach that we have talked about in yesterday's class, and then if we are still having issues, we'll come back to this. Yeah? Alright? Okay. So we have a couple of new students in the class today. Let's have a quick introduction and then we'll go to exponents that we want to learn today. So we have Atul, you want to raise your hand, say hello to everybody. Yeah. Yes, Agnika.
Wait till you got 36 because like the variables have to be the same number.
I got 36 because I multiplied the first equation with 3 and second equation with 4. So when I multiplied the first equation with 3, this got multiplied by 3. 12 times 3 is 36.
Wait till I get it now.
Okay, alright. Okay, so yeah, Pranav.
So you can't only like multiply x, you have to multiply the whole equation.
We are multiplying the whole equation, yes. Never ever multiply only one. See, now if I have an equation like this, x plus 3y equal to 16. If I just multiply this by 4, I am messing with the whole equation actually. You will not multiply only one variable or two variables. You will multiply the whole equation. That is how the value of the equation doesn't change. The relationship or the property doesn't change. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Alright. So Atul, you have to say hello to everybody before I start. Do you want to unmute yourself? No? Sorry. I'm saying Adi. It's not Adi. Atul, it's Adi. Sorry, beta. I was not able to read your name properly. Adi, do you want to say hello to everybody?
Hello.
Yeah. Adi, you are in 6th grade, right? And this is your first class. Okay. Cool. And do we have anybody else? We have Dikshita, Adi. Okay. Okay. Then yeah. This is the entire group. So cool. So we had started learning algebra. That is where we looked at solving equation with one variable and two variables. And we were just looking at one of the examples and we were trying to solve it. Okay. I'm not going to repeat that again. We have the video of yesterday's class that we can go through one more time and see if there is anything that is not clear, and then we'll come back to this one. So today we are going to learn about exponents. Tell me who knows about exponents and who doesn't. Anybody who doesn't know about exponents? Exponents.
Wait, do you mean like
Where we double down?
you like
No, don't give me a big story. The question is simple.
Are we double down?
wait, but you mean like exponent like 4 to the raised 2?
No, I'm saying exponents. Simple as see. If you look at everything mathematically, you will go wrong. Look at things practically. If I say exponents, what does come to your mind?
The same number multiplied.
1% will talk. Yeah.
4
Right.
and the exponent of 3 would be 64.
Right. So when I say exponents, okay, guys, stop playing with the emojis. Don't do that. Everybody here. Is the mist bothering you? Is the mist bothering you? Kind of?
No, it's only the water is.
Yeah. Okay. Let me rotate it a little bit. So this is just to get
The
you.
water comes to me.
Okay. So is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody has any question? I will ask you a very simple question. What do you know about exponents? And tell me a very simple answer. I don't need complicated one. If you give a complicated answer, you will not be given a chance for next 2 days. Yep.
It's a number that's timed itself a bunch of times.
Okay, that's one way.
It is actually two that parts of it. We had this repetitive multiplication.
Okay. Yeah. Vivan.
Repeated multiplication.
Repeated multiplication. Yeah. You are not saying the same thing. Now, let's have some more fun with that. So, if I have let's say number to be multiplied 3 times by itself. I can write it like this, like what you were saying this way. So it becomes 64.
Yeah.
I can also write this as 4 to the power 3. Yeah? Wait, there's no debate going on right now. I'm just collecting my chain of thoughts and trying to teach you guys something. Don't think I debate unnecessarily, okay? Okay. You can also say this as 4 to the power 3. Now, if I have any number, 4 or 2 or 8 or anything, I can by default assume that it has a power 1. Yeah? So when I have 4 into 4 into 4, I can also add them and think like this. Yeah? So, that is how this became 4 to the power 1 plus 1 plus 1. What is that class?
If anything is anything out of 0 will become 1.
Will you let me come to that? You better don't rush. I know you know a lot of things, but if you keep on pouring all that in the class, I'll not be able to follow a structure. Okay? I'm following a structure right now. Let me go one by one. When I need your involvement, I'll ask you guys questions. Until then, please don't run. Okay? Alright. So now exponents give us a way to represent numbers differently. Okay? If I had 64 to be written as 4 to the power 3, that is okay. Now imagine if I have to multiply 4 with itself 600 times. Okay? 600 times. No page would have been sufficient. No A4 sheet or A3 sheet would have been sufficient. That is where exponents gives me a way to write this in a very easy way. It's another way of representing the same number in a different and easier way. Now, let's start having some fun with exponents. So far we have not learned anything. We have just learned exponents is nothing but another way of representing repeated multiplications. Is that okay? Now, let's get rid of 4 and let's say this. And one more time. What will be the value of this one? In exponents, 3 to the power 4. 3 to the power 4. What is essentially happening here? If I had, let's say, 3 to the power 3, and if I had to multiply it with this, what would have happened? I will ask you when I have to ask. What would have happened? It would have become 3. What I will do, I will just break it down. I will, okay, 3 to the power 3 is 3 into 3 into 3, and then I have this. I am multiplying 3 5 times, that is 3 to the power 5. Essentially what you are seeing here is this power is getting added. Now, if I ever give you multiply 2 to the power 8 with 2 to the power 12, now tell me how much it will be. Now you have to raise your hand and give me the answer. 1% quick.
2 by the power of 20.
Done. I got the answer. I'll come to you next time. It will be 2 to the power 20. How?
Is there an added?
Yeah, you tell me. You tell me. You added them, right? So that's what happens. When you multiply same number, 3 to the power 3 into 3 to the power 2, it became, I just broke it down to 3 times and multiplied by 3 2 times. What's happening? This becoming 3 to the power 3 plus 2, that is 3 to the power 5. So what exponent tells me is, if I am multiplying the two numbers with the same base and different exponents, the exponents get added. Okay? Everybody on the screen, are you guys with me? Okay.
Yes, sir. What if it's 3 to 3 raised to the 3 times 3 raised to the 0?
You know the answer, right?
Will it still be plus or will it have to be like
So, you guys will get enough chance in the examination hall to prove how much you know. Okay? So, don't rush. Let's go step by step. That will be fine. And I will teach all the things that we need to learn. And if there is something missing, that also we will learn. But you build the building on a base. You need the base and then you construct the building on the top of that. If you directly try constructing second and third floor, the building will fall apart. That's what happens when you try learning so many things at the same time and don't focus on the basics. So what I'm trying to do is, let's build the basics and then we'll try constructing first, second, third, fourth and fifth floor. Okay? Let's go step by step. So now, based on whatever we have seen, if I am multiplying something to the power something, let's say x to the power a, and then I multiply that by x to the power b, what will the value be? Okay, let's.
I can't watch it.
It is
Then, so if you know the answer, then you have to raise hand. Yeah.
XAB.
X, A, B, Y.
That's our.
Oh, but you did not give the right answer. You don't have right to even question him, right? Okay, let's see Vivan. What is the answer for this one?
X to the power of 3.
Now?
XAB.
Okay, nobody knows it. So now, see that is, okay, let's see what Sanvi has to say. Yeah, Sanvi?
A plus B.
X to the power A plus B. This is essentially what we saw. When we were doing 3 to the power 2 multiplied by 3 to the power 3. What happened? It became 3 to the power this plus this. Right? This is what happened, right? That is what we saw. Now let's break it down again. 3 to the power 2 is 3 into 3 multiplied by 3 to the power 3. That is 3 into 3 into 3. What happened? How many times is it getting multiplied? 5 times. So this is 3 to the power 5. What happened? 2 plus 3 got added. Same way, this is what is derived as a formula from this, right? Based on whatever we have seen. X to a number to the power a, the same number to the power b, a and b gets added as an exponent. That's what is happening here. So, you can say any number to the power a multiplied by the same number to the power b becomes this number to the power a plus b. This is your first formula of exponents. That is what we have seen. Now, what happens if you divide, why I am starting with 3, let's say 8 to the power 6 divided by 8 to the power 3. What will that be? Let's say this, you know. I'll come to you. Okay, I'll come to you. Yeah, I'll come to you. Wait.
8 by the power of 3.
Okay.
Because it's the opposite of multiplication.
Okay. Yeah, that is what I'll come to that. Yeah, Gitesh, tell me.
8 to the power of 3.
So, as I always say, I hate answers. I don't like answers.
Explain it.
I want the process part of it. Okay? So now you tell me the process. Can you put your hands down?
It's divisions in multiplication you add, and so I think in division you subtract.
In division, you think you will subtract. So that thing, there is still an element of doubt which we will knock out. Okay, tell me, yeah.
It'll become 8. It'll become 8 to the power of 0.
At about 2?
Because
Okay. So that's an opportunity for me. I have to teach something. Okay, alright. Anybody has any question here? Any doubt, any answer? Now, so we saw first scenario when we were doing, let's say 2 to the power 3 multiplied by 2 to the power 4. It became 2 to the power 3 plus 4. By breaking it down, we could see that. And that is what became our first formula. Now we are talking about, here we are multiplying. We are multiplying two numbers in the same base but different exponents. Yeah? Here we are saying dividing one number by other number which has same base but different exponent. Now, this is very simple. We are trying to derive the formula 8 to the power 6 divided by 8 to the power 3. I will not try to act smart. I am not a very intelligent person. What did I do? 8 to the power 6 means 8 is multiplied by itself 6 times. 8 to the power 3 is what? 8 multiplied by itself 3 times. Yeah? Wait. Now we are doing tic-tac-toe. 1 8, 1 8 gone. Second 8, second 8 gone. Third 8, third 8 gone. What is that we are left with? 3 8s. 8 into 8 into 8. 8 into 8 into 8. That means 8 to the power 3. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, Dikshita, you had a question? Huh?
What if you have different bases?
We'll come to that later. That is outside the scope for exponents. Okay, so when you talk about exponents as a concept, exponents when you deal with, you always deal with numbers where the base is the same. Your base has to be the same. When the base is different, that's a different number. They will not call it exponents for that matter right now. Okay. Now here, what did we do? I did not add smart. I had two numbers. Anything to the power that, I know this is what it is. Anything to the power 3, this is what it is. And then we did tic-tac-toe to knock out the common numbers. And then that became 8 into 8 into 8, which is 8 to the power 3. Now, what is the interpretation we are drawing from this? Let's, okay, 8, 6 and 3, this is one example. Let's do, we got, after doing all that, we got 8 to the power 3. Now let's say 8 to the power 7 divided by 8 to the power 2. Okay? No, wait. Not, that's not a question. You guys, I'm trying to help you guys build the concept, and you guys in a hurry to give me the answer. You say, hey, I don't like answers. I've told you 100 times. Now there is no second chance. Now this is 8 power 7. That is simple. 8, 7 times. 7 times, and then 8 to the power 2 is 8 into 8. What happens here? 1 8, 1 8 gone, this 8 gone. How many times have 8? That is 5 times. 8 into 8 into 8 into 8 into 8. That is 8 to the power 5. Now what happened? See, the exponent got subtracted. This 5 is nothing but same as 8 to the power 7 minus 2. This 8 power 3 is nothing but 8 to the power 6 minus 3. So this becomes our second formula. When I am talking about dividing exponents, it subtracts. And I am not saying that in thin air. We have just seen it on the book. So this was my first formula that we looked at. X to the power a multiplied by x to the power b. My base are the same. My exponent gets added. If I have x to the power, if I have x to the power a divided by x to the power b, it will be x to the power a minus b. This is what we saw just now. So this becomes our second formula. And when I say formula in this class, I don't give you guys formula. I try proving the formula. That's why I'm doing all that circus. And that is why I was stopping you guys. Because you were stopping me from proving that formula. Yes. Yes. Now let's see who has a question. Who has raised hand? Yes, Gitesh.
What if subtraction? Like, what if you have to subtract?
So, okay, so we have not reached that far, right? We started with multiplication of exponents, where we saw the exponents are getting added, if the base is same. When we do doing division of exponents, we saw the exponents getting subtracted. This far is okay, right? This one is okay? Now let's look at another one. That is called power. If I tell you guys 3 to the power 2 to the power, let's say 4, how much that will be? Anybody? Okay? Yeah, Dikshita, tell me.
You like multiply the exponents?
You tell me how much it will be and why. Just telling the answer would not help. You have to tell me why also. I'll come to you.
If Is 3 by 8 because like there is no other there is no other base for it, so that's why it's like 3 by 3 power 8.
Your answer is correct, but I'm not convinced with the answer you have given. At least the process part of it. So let's see if somebody can explain that better to me.
So when you put parentheses and you put exponent over the parentheses, you do multiplication because you're also doing the times with the number inside the parentheses with exponent. So that's outside of the negative times more because you already have exponent inside the parentheses. So it becomes 8. So that's why you do double.
If you're my teacher, I will fail my class. I want it to be simple. The teacher's job is not to complicate things. Teacher's job is to make things simpler, okay, or easier. The remark that I gave you was with the purpose to tell you that if you have to explain something, the beauty lies in simplicity. You have to make it simple rather than making it complicated. That's why I keep on stopping you guys, and that's what I have to practice for you also. If I give you a 5-liner complicated statement to explain a concept, you will not understand. Okay? So, look at this. I'm saying 2 to the power 3, 3 power 2 multiplied 2 to the power 3. Yep. Yeah, Muga.
How do you get like the 2 to 3?
So that's what we are doing, okay? So I'm again trying to simplify this, okay? I have not done the solution yet, okay? I have not proved the formula yet also. So I have 3 to the power 2 to the power 3. What does it mean to me? Very simple, very, very simple, okay? This means 3 to the power 2 is multiplied 3 times, right? That is what the power is. Now let me break it down further. 3 into 3, this is 3 squared, into 3 into 3, this is second squared, 3 into 3, this is third squared. How much it is now? 3 to the power 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I had 3 to the power 2 multiplied by 2 to the power 4, what that would have been? So now let me clear it out. This became 3 to the power 6. Now I am looking at the second scenario. 3 to the power 2 inside the bracket to the power 4. That means this is getting multiplied by itself 4 times. What happens? This becomes 3 into 3, this becomes 3 into 3, this becomes 3 into 3, this becomes 3 into 3. Now you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This became 3 to the power 8. Up. So, what this means is, this became 3 to the power 8. What is that you see? 2 into 3 is 6, 2 into 4 is 8. So it actually gets multiplied. Okay? I'm sorry? You were correct. But I was saying, if the way you explained me, I would have not understood the concept. I would have failed. Because if you teach me something in the class, and I just learn it for one time, I will do right in the class. After the class I will fail. Because that is not my concept here. And any concept that you have to learn, you have to break it down. It's like peeling the onion. Unless you peel the onion and you get to the root of the problem, right? How you make it simple. That is what gets your concept right. Now, see, I could have written these formulas for you guys. And I would have been done in 10 minutes. Say, okay, I'm a great teacher. I can explain exponents. X to the power A multiplied by x to the power B will be x to the power A plus B. This is one formula you remember. X to the power A divided by x to the power B would be x to the power A minus B. And here it is x to the power A to the power B. It will be x to the power a into b. And I would have been literally done in 2 minutes. Why I'm spending 30 minutes? Because I want you guys to appreciate what goes behind the scene. Yes. Somebody has a question here. Adi, are you clear? Are you able to follow me?
I hadn't read about exponents yet.
No, so I actually wanted you guys not to have read about it. That's why I can explain this afresh. So that's what I'm doing. So what I would do, suggest Adi, is after the class, I will anyways upload the video of this class. You can just go through it once and see if whatever I have taught here, is that something that is helping you understand and relate the concepts. And if yes, then this class plus the video together should help you get the concept. In case it is not, then you'll come back to me and say, sir, whatever you taught me, I would fail. Like I told one of the students here, right? Whatever you taught me, if I don't understand it, I will fail. So if you think that after watching the video and after attending class, if you think that you will fail, you will let me know. I will teach it again one more time in a little different way so that you are able to follow it. Yeah?
Okay.
Yes.
What if it's too late?
Huh?
What if it's too late?
God only can save you.
Like after the class, you have to
So it will be too late if we waste time on a lot of things, right? Why it gets late? When you don't react on time. Now, this is a time when we are trying to learn something. What are you doing? You are triggering a debate. What will that lead to? That will cause delay. And it will be late for everybody. So, we have to be mindful of the time that we spend. Late is a function of time. If you are late or you are on time, depends on how you are using the time. So, let's use the time there. Yeah? Okay. Alright. Anybody having any question here? No questions? So, see here, with respect to exponents, again I'm doing a recap of what we have learned so far. Exponents is nothing but, it's a way of representing the numbers when you are multiplying the same number with itself again and again. And this is called the base and this is called the power or the exponent. So what we saw here was that when you multiply two exponents with the same base, different power, the power gets added. That is one formula. So tomorrow somebody say, okay, multiply 7 to the power 8 by 7 to the power 3. You don't have to break it down because you have seen enough. You have seen how the formula is derived also. You will say, okay, my base is the same, so this by power gets added. It's a multiplication. That's it. It becomes 7 to the power 11. Tomorrow somebody says, find out 4 to the power 18 divided by 4 to the power 16. Would you write 4, 16, 18 times and then 16 times and then get to? That will be a waste of time. Now since you know the formula, you can just apply it and you know, okay, fine. What will you check? Okay, both are exponents, both have the same base and it is a division case. So we know from division case, it is you take the same base and subtract from numerator to denominator. That's what it is. And becomes 4 to the power 18 by 16 is 2. Done. So this is the second one. Now if anybody says, okay, find out 14 to the power 3 to the power 16. Now will you write 14 to the power 3 16 times and then you add them together? No. You'll say, okay, fine. I know x to the power a to the power b is x to the power a into b. Here x is 14. So 14 to the power a is 3 into 16. This becomes 14 to the power 48. That's it. So this is what we did some of the sums. Yes.
How do you divide the exponents?
What is that?
Like in this one you times 16 by 3, is there one that you divide it?
No. It's I have 14 to the power 3 inside the bracket and then I have a 16 here. Parenthesis. Yeah?
Then is there some sort of parentheses for like division?
No. We'll come to that. If there is one, we'll come across that. Yeah? Who has a question here? Somebody was raising hand. Anybody has any questions? Let me call out the names. Pranav, Deekshita, Vivan, Siddharth, Adi, Gitesh, Sanvi, Amoga, Myra, Sagnika, anybody? Sanvi, Siddharth, nobody, right? Nobody has any questions. Okay, fine. So we learned three parts or three types of calculation with exponents, where when you are multiplying two exponents, if the base is the same, the power gets added. If you are dividing two exponents, meaning one exponent by another one, if the base is same, the exponent's power gets subtracted. And third one is when you have an exponent inside the parenthesis and then you have a power outside, you multiply them. Are you guys okay so far? Okay? Yep. Now comes the million-dollar question that was asked in the beginning. And again, I might make statements which might sound rude to you guys, but that is very much needed because we learn things with discipline, okay? If I let you guys all go loose, 1 hour we'll only do song and dance, we will not learn anything. I can guarantee that. And people know who are the culprits behind that, okay? People who trigger those. Alright. So now here, other thing, any number to the power 0, how much is that value? I'll ask this. No, you guys know that. I know. I'll come to you. Anybody knowing about that? Anything to the power 0?
It's 1, sir.
It's 1. Okay. Somebody said 0. Every has no answer. It's not an answer. You say, tell me the answer.
1.
1.
It can't be possible. X is a variable.
This is where you go wrong. You are overthinking about it. One rule of thumb. Any number to the power 0 will be 1. Only 1, except for the case when it's 0. Take that as a... See, don't look for alternate to confuse yourself. Alternates are good, but that is to enrich your knowledge, not to get you a wrong answer. Okay? Very simply put, that's what I'm saying. I'm a very orthodox guy. I say, I'll stick to basics and anything that we learn on the top of that, that's a plus. We cannot let the basics go wrong. Anything to the power 0, first thing to remember is 0. Anything to the power 0 is 1. Unless that base itself is 0. And now if somebody says, okay, 0 to the power 0 is 1. How come?
0.
Your base itself is 0. Your number doesn't exist. You don't have a meaning here. How would that become 1?
Any exponent.
I think that X is 1, so what if X is 0?
Now you're trying to justify what you said, but that's okay. It's not about me being right or you being right. It's about you learning it right so that you don't go wrong in the exam. Even if I fail 10 more times, it's not going to do any damage to me. But for you guys, you don't have that option. Okay? I can afford to fail now. I can go wrong. Give the exam for me. Okay? So anyways, coming back to the point, any number to the power 0 gives you a 1, except for the case when the number itself is 0. Okay?
What if it's negative?
I will repeat myself. I am very redundant. Any number to the power 0 is a 1. Is a 1. I am repeating it 100 times. It's a 1. Okay? We are only talking about this number.
1.
And then the sign remains outside. We are looking at look at this number. Yep.
What if the exponent's negative?
1 second, I'll come to you. Yeah, Vivan. And Sagnika. Vichita.
I'm sure I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Will it ever get down with exponent?
Well, okay, no final thoughts, please. Wait. Yeah, Vivan.
Like a negative number to the power of something.
Negative number to the power something. So we'll come back to that. I will talk about that also. I'm just checking on certain things, okay? Deekshita, you have a question?
Why do we need always 1?
So any number to the power 0 gives you a 1. Now the question is, it's a very good question. An unfortunate fact is I don't know the answer. I only know any number to the power 0 gives me a 1. I'm taking this as assignment. I'll try to find out how I can prove this, okay?
What's the process for fit zero?
Huh?
How is it zero? What's the process?
Anything to the power 0.
Except for zero. No, but what's the process? Like, how is every time zero becomes one?
He's asking for the
So
process.
I'll find it out. That's what I said. That's the same question that Dikshita asked. How do you agree to the point that any number to the power 0 is 1? I will explain to you guys in next class.
What if the exponent's like negative?
Then it's negative. So it's zero all the time.
Like 8 by negative 6.
So we'll come to that also. We have not learned that. No, we have not learned that yet in the class. I'm not Arab. If you waste time, you will be delayed. You only ask me, what if it's too late? How it gets late? By wasting time. So don't waste time. Alright. So coming back to this one. So Dikshita and Adrik, you guys had a right question. Why does any number to the power 0 gives me 1? I will prove that in the next class, okay? Yeah, Amoga, you had a question?
Is this what we're going to have?
I'm sorry?
Is this what we're going to have for homework?
Sorry, say that again?
Is this what we are going to have for homework?
Yes. This also is going to be part of the homework. So basically in the homework you will have equations to solve for x and y, single variable and two variables, and then you will have questions for solving for exponents also.
How many pages is it? How many pages is it?
So I will keep on repeating myself. If we waste time, it will be late. Okay.
What are you gonna send it?
I'll send it. You know, you guys get it on Tuesdays, right?
I don't get
Tomorrow,
it.
tomorrow.
Okay, stop. Okay, alright. Stop there now. So that we can use the time to learn something more. Okay, we have 10 more minutes. Now, we learned about multiplying exponents. We learned about dividing exponents. We learned about power to the exponents also. Yeah, those three are clear. Now, if I say something to the power minus 2, what does it mean? I'm going to explain it. Does anybody have any doubt about what does it mean conceptually? What does it mean actually? See, if I say 8 to the power 2, what I mean is this. If I say 8 to the power minus 2, what do I mean exactly? Okay.
It'll be like, it'll become negative 4 because negative, sorry, positive times negative times negative. So the 8.
Okay, now, okay. I'll come to three of you, okay? So I might not be able to cover this. Can you explain that in simple terms to me? I should say I'm not a very intelligent guy, I'm a very dumb guy. Now you teach me.
So basically 8 negative 2. We already know that. We know that positive times negative equals negative. So it becomes 8 times negative 8 because see there's a negative 2.
I'll become dumber. Leave it there. Okay.
Since like you can switch the signs, you can put the 8 becomes 1 by 8 by the power of 2.
That will not make me intelligent either.
You can multiply, you can make them negative, do the opposite, make them both negative, like negative 8 times
You
negative
can
8.
turn 8.
No.
Like you can turn both of them negative and make it like negative 8 times negative
Negative 8. No, this is not negative 8 times negative 8. No.
Oh,
No, wait.
I explained it wrong way.
No, so everybody get a chance. So you adjusted your chance and you're not the teacher here. You'll keep quiet. You'll keep quiet. Okay. Now let's see what Sami has to say. Negative 64? No. Okay. So, first of all, I was not looking for the answer. I was trying to understand if you guys can teach me what do I interpret from this. So, this, can you be a little more gentle and more sensible? Okay. I was first trying to understand if I have a number like this, how do I read this? See, if I have a to the power 2, what does it mean to me? This is very simple, I can read this. If I have a to the power minus 2, what does it mean to me first of all? Whether it's negative, positive, square root, decimal, that will be later. How do I read this? How do I understand this first? How many chances you need to explain one simple concept?
So 8, so
No. Gitesh. Yeah.
Is 0?
Okay. These are all guesses. No values, no respect for. No. We are not. See, if you and I keep on discussing for next 2 hours, it will be waste of time for each one of us. Okay? Let's not do that. I was trying to understand. See, I keep on asking you guys simple questions and you guys give me complicated answers. I told you very honestly that I am a very dumb guy. I am not very intelligent. So you have to explain me things in a simple way. Okay? Now, what does it mean? I'll explain you guys this. If a to the power minus 2, can I say a to the power 0 minus 2? Can I? Something, okay, minus 3. Can I write this as 0 minus 3? Yeah? Yeah? So, a to the power minus 2, can I write this as a to the power 0 minus 2? In a bracket, just to see, you have to always keep in mind, I am not a very intelligent person, okay? I am a very dumb guy. No, again, why I am telling this to you guys? Because you will only explain things when you understand yourself very well. You can only explain things by making things simpler. That's what I'm looking for. I want you guys to keep that in mind that I'm a toddler in nursery and you are explaining this to me. Now look at this. A to the power minus 2. Can I write this as, no mysterious smiles, okay? A to the power minus 2 is, I can write this as a to the power 0 minus 2. Everybody with me so far? Everybody agrees? Okay. Now, if you guys recall, I told you guys, or we solved, anything to the power x power a divided by x power b becomes x to the power a minus b. Do you guys remember?
Yeah.
Now, can I tell this guy, this is x to the power a minus b, or I can write this as x power 0, a to the power 0 divided by x to the power a to the power 2. Everybody here on the board. I said a to the power minus 2, I can write this as a to the power 0 minus 2. This part is 5. Yeah? What is that to smile? What is that to smile?
Yeah.
RF, am I coming to you? No, that's smile. So, there's nothing to smile, right? I'm just teaching maths. There's nothing funny about it. A to the power minus 2 will be a to the power 0 minus 2. This part is okay? Understandable? Everybody with me?
Yes.
Now, we know this already. We have seen this with exponents. So I can use this understanding, apply it here. X to the power a minus b, x to the power a, x to the power b. Look, spend time to not to smile or blabber. Spend time to look at this and absorb. Is it making sense so far or not is what I am trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Everybody? I have not done anything fancy here. I was asking you guys, a to the power minus 2 is how much? I don't know. That's fine. I'm trying to find out. But I know simple basics, right? Minus 3 is same as 0 minus 3. I had nothing, I lost 3. kind of thing. So minus 2 I can write as something to power 0 minus 2. Now this comes to the form that we have learned, x to power a divided by x to power b, this means x to power a minus b. I am applying same learning here. It's like x to the power a minus b. That is, this comes in a scenario when you are doing x to the power a divided by x to the power b. Now look at this. Any number to the power 0 gives you a 1. And this. What happened here? Come down. What happened here? Whatever I had as a power here negative, that came down with reversal of the sign. Okay? So, if I say 3 to the power 3 is nothing but 3 to the power 3. If I say 3 to the power minus 3, that makes it go down to the basement and becomes like this. Okay? Okay. Or if you have, somebody says 1 to the power 3 to the power 4 to the power minus 3. This will be nothing but it moved from below to above to below. So it will be 1 into 4 to the power, this becomes minus 2 plus, or I can just say this. Takeaway here is this. If I have, this becomes our fourth formula, x to the power minus a will be equal to 1 by x to the power a. So there are total 4 formulas or 4 things that we proved and learned. One is with exponents, when you have this multiplied by this becomes, this is the first formula that we saw it happening. Okay, we are just trying to summarize it so that we can use it. Second one is, if I have this, it becomes this. Okay. Third one is, when I have this, it becomes this. And the fourth one is, it becomes this. Or you can also extend this formula, say, okay, if I have 1 by x power minus a, it becomes x to the power a. These are the 4 things that we just saw how it happens, and we can keep this as an understanding to deal with exponents and solve the things faster. Okay? Now, any questions here?
No, sir.
No questions? See, with all of you being in the class, I have to make sure that I am making sure everybody is learning something or other, and the only way we can learn is by making things simpler. Be it for yourself or be it for me to teach you guys. If I am not making things simpler, if I am not making things relatable, we'll just waste 1 hour and say, wish you a great evening. That is not going to help. Let's be mindful of the time. I encourage you guys to ask questions, but not the questions which has no value in it. Okay? If the question has no value,